Hello, hello. Say hello. I see a couple of people have come on. Say hello to little Mr. Scruffy here. You guys, I've had quite the day. Hi, Mary. You're the first one again. Scruffy says hello too. Okay, you guys, I'm going to tell you about how my day has gone. I've known for several days exactly what I was going to do today. Scruffy says hi back. So I knew exactly what I was going to do today. And so I had some last minute prep to do for it. So I worked on that this morning. And then I came into my craft room to get everything set up and prepared. And the paint, which is not chalk paint, the paint that I'm using for the project I thought I was going to do is an acrylic paint, and I have a lot of it and I don't know where it went. I know I had it up at the cabin and we did a project up there, and I don't know if I took it into Ground Floor Artist and just didn't make it back home with it. I've been out to my car twice to see if I left it in the car, which would be shocking because I never leave paint in the car, especially in these cold temperatures, because cold temperatures will damage your paint, and high heat will damage your paint. So I never ever leave paint in the car. I had just looked high and low, and I'm actually pretty stressed about it because that's a lot of acrylic paint. That's a lot of money that's just poof, gone. I don't know where it's at. So I discovered that like an hour and a half ago. And so I've had to like scramble to come up with a different project. And so we're doing something together today that I have never ever done. And I'm using product I've never ever used. And so, you know, I'm literally, hi Mickey, I'm literally flying by the seat of my pants today. So if you guys have used, which I'm sure, especially you gals from the sisterhood, I've never used diamond dust before. And so, you know, I'm thinking you use it like glitter, but I'm not positive. So if you guys have a good idea of the best way to apply this, let me know. And as we're doing this project, if you have thoughts or ideas on a different way, a better way, I'm open because I've never done this project. And like I said, I'm not too prepared for it. So Scruffy, say goodbye. I got to put you down, man. I got to get busy. Okay, so the new project for today is that I saw this on Pinterest and I thought, oh, that is so cute. So you take different glass jars. And so I have a variety. This is a pimento jar. This is a bouillon base jar. This is a really cute jar that had yogurt in it. And then I have a milk bottle. This has slick stick on it already. So I also printed up, and these can be done without the printables on it or with the printables. So I thought we'd try it a couple of ways. I see somebody. Hi, Beth. So if you don't know how to do these printables, all you have to do is, number one, send me an email at deborahbucherdesigns@gmail.com and ask for today's printables. Say that it's going to be for the glass jars. so I know which printables to send you guys. And what you do is you can print them out on regular paper, but I like to use the rice paper, and I get the rice paper from Amazon. I'm sure there's other places you can get it, but Amazon's so easy. They just bring everything right to your front door. And so it's like regular rice paper. So if you've done decoupage using rice paper before, that's what it is. And then I tape it to, you have to cut it down to the correct size. And then I tape it to a regular piece of paper and then feed it through my color printer. And one thing I just realized I didn't do is I didn't take this out and spray it to set the ink. So let me, like I said, you guys, I'm just flying by the seat of my pants today. So I'm just going to give this a quick spray. There is a fixative for this that I've never, you can get it at the craft stores. You can get it probably at the hardware store. The hairspray does pretty good. I've had a little bit of bleed through, but we'll give it time to dry, and heat setting it is supposed to help too. So while we're talking about the project, I'll be heat setting this. So what I thought I would do is this project that I saw on Pinterest, they used Mod Podge, which you all know how I feel about Mod Podge. And honestly, for this project, it would probably be just fine. But I don't have Mod Podge, and I don't have time to go to the store and get Mod Podge. So I'm going to see if this project works just using the satin top coat that I always use, the Dixie Belle satin top coat. And what we're doing is we're frosting these jars, and you use Epson salts. So I happen to have several containers of Epson salt, and that gives it that crystally look. And it also said that you could add snowflakes, which I did not have, but I had just ordered a jar of diamond dust, which I see you guys using all the time, and I thought, oh, I should try that out. So I'm going to add some of the diamond dust to the Epsom salt, and I'm going to use the satin top coat on the jars. And I thought it might be fun just to decoupage at least one of these designs on one of these jars, just for giggles, and see what happens. So that's my plan. And if you guys have thoughts, ideas, suggestions, help a sister out here, okay? Because today I need all the help I can get. So I'm just going to undo my, you can see I just used painter's tape to attach my rice paper to my regular paper to feed it through. And like I said, I had to cut it down to size because the rice paper comes bigger than will feed through my printer. And I think I'll start with the big jar. And you know, you've got this rim around here. Some of the pictures I saw they used twine around it, and I have a whole assortment of greenery and stuff, so with some twine around it and some embellishments. Look at these cute embellishments that I can stick on these jars. Aren't they cute? Okay, so that's what we're doing, you guys. Say hello. Thanks for joining me. Hopefully it won't be a total disaster, but you know, I don't know. And please, please, please give me your thoughts ideas, suggestions as we go along, because honestly, I don't know what I'm doing. So I think I'm going to use the pine cone on here. So I'm just going to, rice paper will tear. In fact, this rice paper tears better than most. And so, you know, I always like to tear rather than cut because you get a much more organic effect. And usually when I'm painting on glass, I slick stick it, but I don't think that's necessary today. I'm just hoping there's enough sticky stuff on here to make that Epsom salt and diamond dust stick. Beth, what are you saying about the diamond dust? Okay, Beth, diamond district will be fine. Oh, diamond dust will be fine as long as you don't put the sealer over it. Satin sealer or Mod Podge will render diamond dust useless. Well, Beth, that's what I was going to adhere it to the glass, was the diamond dust. Because the only glue I have is wood glue, and that has a yellow color to it, and so I didn't want to be using that. So what do you think? You think it's going to be okay if I use the satin top coat to adhere this? So like my plan for the first one is to use this jar and to decoupage this pine cone on here using the satin top coat, and then doing a section at a time and using the satin top coat, and hopefully that will glue on my Epson salts and my diamond dust. Like I said, you guys, it could be... Okay, gotcha, Beth. Thank you for clarifying that. Okay, so I'm going to pour just my Epsom salt into a big bowl here. And I'm gonna squirt some... Oh, I guess I could just put the camera down now. I tell you, I am frazzled today. Okay, so Mickey, you use diamond dust and Mod Podge all the time. Okay, but I'm not using Mod Podge. So I'm hoping the satin top coat will have the same stick to it properties. So let me put the camera down. Okay, so get that out of the way. I just want to see if I got you guys all. All right, we do. Okay, so I'm going to use a little bit of the satin top coat to decoupage there's a seam on the back and a seam there, so I'm going to put it here. Okay, and I'm just gonna put some Mod Podge, not Mod Podge, satin top coat down. And I don't know that I'll decoupage the other two. I just thought I like the different sizes and the different shapes, and I thought, well, it would be nice if one of them has a design on it, and then the other two can just be complementary, and they're smaller than this one. So hopefully by next week I can find what happened to my paint or go buy some more paint. I'm telling you, I'm pretty distressed over that. Okay, so I'm going to dry this just to get my decoupage dry on here. Bless your heart, Nikki. Thanks for talking me through this project. This is going to be like a teach the teacher kind of project. And hopefully these turn out cute. I did get my Christmas tree up this week, so that's nice. And I got a few extra canvas bags made for gifts. I don't know if you guys saw the video. I did post it up on YouTube. And you guys, I'm working really hard to build my YouTube channel. And so if you guys ever watch YouTube, if you would go over there and like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, it would mean so much to me. It takes a year to 2 years to get your channel up to where they monetize it. And in January or February, maybe it's even March, I'll be coming up on 1 year. I'd have to go back and look. Okay. All right, so my next question is, you guys, I think I should do this section at a time and just put the Epson salts on. Or do you think I should, since I can't put satin top coat over the Epsom salt, should I mix my Epsom salt and diamond dust together? Tell me what you think. Should I mix the two together? Come on, girls, help me out. Let's see. Mickey, you would mix the two together? Okay. So I'm going to use a smaller amount of the Epsom salt than what I thought I was starting with. Okay, and I've got a bowl here with the Epsom salt, and now I'm going to mix some of the diamond dust. That is so pretty. I've never ever, ooh, that's pretty. I've never used diamond dust before. I see you girls use it all the time. I can't get my lid to screw on. Tell you, I'm just a mess today. Okay. And now I have stuff spilled on the table. So it's my understanding that diamond dust is actually ground glass, and that you do need to be careful with it. Okay. Okay. Beth says, be careful, it's real glass. Okay. Okay, Lisa, just getting here, you decided to clean and organize the art room, and wow, I sold a desk and filing cabinets and sewing cabinet, and then your old truck. Oh, well, I'm glad you're having a good day. Lisa, that's good, because I am completely discomboogled. Okay, never put any top coat over diamond dust. I got you, girl. Okay, so what I did is I poured some of the Epson salt and some of the diamond dust. But you know what? I'm going to add some more diamond dust to it. I love how pretty that is. That should be more than enough to do all 3 of these jars. Okay. All right, let's see what happens, you guys. So I'll do this in a section at a time. So I'm just going to work up to the edge of where I decoupage that, and I'm not going to put any on the bottom. And then I'm just going to sprinkle. Oh, good, it's sticking. Yay! I wasn't sure if it would stick, you guys. This is wonderful. Awesome. Looky there. I'm so excited. It might actually turn out to be a good project after all. Okay, so again, just being careful not to get it on what I've already applied on here. Okay, and then I'm going to do this over the big bowl. This is pretty, you guys. So I have a thing about glass. I love glass. And so I have an entire cabinet full of different glass jars, and it's not like that I've done a whole lot of projects with them. And then I have bought glass jars, and so out in my garage I have cabinets that are full of art supplies, and some of those have really pretty jars that I just thought, oh, these are really pretty. I'll do something with them and gift them to people, but I haven't done that. So this is kind of awesome that this works out really cool. And I do have some tea lights to put inside here, but I only rounded up one to get ready for today. Let me see what you guys are telling me. Beth, yeah, I think you're right. This is really pretty, Beth. I knew you sisterhood girls would know what to do with the diamond dust, because I see Debbie using it on everything. And that's honestly why I ordered it. I just thought, well, I don't know, because I love to do crafting. In fact, I've really enjoyed this last month because I haven't been working on furniture. I've just been working on different Christmas projects, and it's been so much fun to kind of switch gears for a little while. It helps get me in the Christmas spirit, and so that's all been really fun. But you know, I'm not a diamond dust girl, so this is the first time I've used it. I think I will be a diamond dust girl now. So if you're tuning in late, this is Epson Salts and diamond dust. I just mixed it together. If you do have Mod Podge on hand, the tutorial that I saw on Pinterest, they used the Mod Podge. And if you've followed me for any length of time, you know how much disdain I have for Mod Podge. So I don't have it on hand, and I wasn't sure if there would be enough sticky property for the satin top coat, because that's what I use to decoupage and finish all my projects with. I wasn't sure if there would be enough stickiness, but there is. It's working out nicely. Okay, so I'm coming back up on my decoupage portion. Do you think, tell me what you think. Do you think I should put some satin top coat over that and put the Epsom Salt and Diamond Dust on top of the decoupage so it has a frosty look too? I'm kind of thinking that would be pretty. Let me see what you guys are telling me. Mary, it's just part of it just adds to the snowy. So when I'm looking at this, let me get it in the camera. That's not a good shot. Okay, so when you see that, I'm trying to get this there. So when you see that they're the really white spots, that's the Epsom salt, and then the sparkly is the diamond dust. So you do need to have a combination of the two. Yes, Lisa, I tell people all the time when I'm decoupaging that it makes me cringe when I see other crafters and artisans using Mod Podge, because it will crack and yellow over time. And so here you are putting all of this time and work and money into a project, and that, you know, 10 years from now, it's going to be yellowed and cracked up and ruined. So it disturbs me a lot when I see people still using Mod Podge. And, you know, if that's the case, if that's going to yellow over time, if you were using Mod Podge on this, it's going to yellow over time too, and that's not going to be attractive. Who is attracted to yellow snow? Okay, you guys, I did not put the glitter over the pine cone. I think I'll get it up a little bit closer, but I think it would. The Liquitex is what, I'm sure that is better. I use the satin top coat because that's what I always have on hand, and that's what I use to finish furniture. That's a top coat for furniture, and it will never yellow. And you know, I can do so many, I decoupage with it. I can use it for so many projects. But the Liquitex is a really good brand. That's what I use, the Liquitex Gesso is what is the Liquitex brand that I use. So I'm just going to go around the top of this a little bit. And then we're going to decorate the top of this jar. I'm going to set it aside and do the other two. This is awesome. I wasn't sure if the satin top coat would have enough adhesion to it, and this is working out super nice. And I did not do the bottom so that, you know, it's not going to damage your furniture when it's setting on your polished furniture, since it is glass. And I ordered the diamond dust on, guess what? Amazon. Okay, so this one I'm going to say is done. And I'm going to set it aside out of the way for the moment. We'll go back and decorate it later. Okay, so this was the cute little yogurt jar. And a little votive fits in there just perfect. So we'll do this one next. Yeah, I am a glass hoarder. It's not even, Lisa, it's not even just glass jars, although I have a cabinet that has nothing but glass jars in it. But, you know, I do stained glass, and I do lampwork glass. I make glass jewelry. I've just always had an attraction to glass. And it's interesting, you know, when you wonder what transfers over in your DNA, because my mother's maiden name, my grandfather's name was Callclaser, which is not a common name in the United States. And when I did my ancestry on him, it turns out there's several different spellings in the United States of Callclaser, but it turns out that they were from France, and that means glass glazer. And so I just thought, well, how interesting that my ancestors, because that's what they used to do with people back in Europe. You got named whatever your profession was. So if you were a builder, your last name was Builder. If you were a baker, then you were a baker. And that was a common way to identify people. And so the fact that my grandfather's name was Glass Glazer, and it was like, that's so fascinating to me, since I have such a love of glass of all kinds. You know what, you guys, this is turning out really pretty. And all you're able to see is my big old hand. Well, let's see. I keep trying to get this situated so you guys can see better what I'm doing. There, that's better, huh? So this is what I've gotten so far on this cute little jar. Okay. So I'm just turning it around, and I'm using the satin top coat and painting on a coat of it. And I'm being pretty liberal with it because the satin top coat will dry transparent. So even though you see white right now, it will dry transparent. And I'm not painting the bottom because I don't want any of this coming in contact with furniture. And, you know, you're supposed to do things in groups of 3, so that's why I pulled out 3 jars that are not identical. And I'm using product that you may already have on hand. Now, I got the diamond dust from Amazon. How fortunate that I decided to order some of that this week and that I had it on hand. I saw these on Pinterest a few weeks ago and I thought, oh, that's very pretty. And I always have Epsom salts on hand because they're so nice to soak in. I did a better job of getting this on this little jar than I did on the first one. So I kind of think that I would like to go around the top of this rim as well. So let's see if I can make that happen. Might have been good to start on the top of the rim. And I really like that I like this really well without having any decoupage on it. Okay, so I'll look at your questions and comments here in just a minute. I was watching Debbie do a gingerbread house the other day. And I have one that's been out in my garage for a couple of years now, but I think it's too late for me to actually get started on that at this stage of the game. So maybe next year. Okay, so I'm going to set this one aside. And I have a little one here. Let me see what questions you have. I've heard that Epsom salts are good for your plants. Lisa, how do you... Yeah, that's yeah, however you say. Feng shui. Mary, you're kidding me. Your friend dated a Caucasian in high school? What state did she live in? Because that is not a common name. Okay, so what do you guys think about this project that I came up with an hour ago? Did I do okay? Thanks, Lisa. I would say it would be a fun project to do with your kids, but I wouldn't do it with little kids since this is working with real glass. That might not be, but with, you know, if you've got teens and you want to do an art project with them, this might be a fun thing to do. The Epsom salt definitely gives it a really pretty opaque snowy, and then the diamond dust gives it all the glitter and glam. And I have glitter, but I don't think you would get the same effect from the glitter that you do from the diamond dust. So hopefully, if I can't find my paint for the project I wanted to do with you guys today, I will hopefully either find it by next week or go buy new paint, which will break my heart. Because it's a cool project, and I'm not sure any of you have seen it before. It's using a jelly plate, and you can do really cool things with it. You use acrylic paint, you don't use chalk paint. And I was going to show you guys how to make your own Christmas cards. With your own original artwork on them. So I will try again for next week. I had never even heard of jelly plate art, but I get exposed to so many wonderful things at Ground Floor Artists. That's where my studio is. That's where I learned what jelly plate was. And it's a really fun, relaxing, really, really relaxing thing to do. You can just spread your stuff out on your table and turn the TV on, and you know, you don't have to, there's no right or wrong. You just get what you get. I've done it with my granddaughter. In fact, she's getting her own setup for Christmas. She doesn't know that, so I hope she's not watching this video. Sometimes she watches with her mom. Okay. This little jar. This was a pimento jar. This is a cute little size for this. And then I have all kinds of things to decorate and embellish them with. Okay, so that one's all beautified. Set that aside. Now I have one more thing I just want to experiment. Oh, Mary, thanks. That makes me feel good. Thanks for your support, ladies. It makes me feel good since, like I said, I was literally flying by the seat of my pants today. All right, so this is a milk bottle. Actually, is this a milk bottle? I don't think this one was a milk bottle. I think this one is a Starbucks, I don't know, they had like latte drinks in them, and I don't ever buy those, but when I see other people drinking them, I always ask them to give me their bottle, and they're like, okay. But they do paint up cute. I've used them and put transfers on them and stuff. So this has 2 coats of slick stick on it, so everything that I put on here will stay on here. It's not going to come off of here. So let's just do this one just for fun, just because we can, and then we'll start embellishing and decorating the ones that we've already done. And you know, you can use whatever ribbon you have. You can use twine. You can use some sprigs of greenery. This is pretty going on a white background like this, as opposed to the, oh, that's very pretty on the white background. Of course, this one, I wouldn't be putting a votive candle in it, but I don't know if you can see. Let me make sure you guys are in the camera. How pretty that is on there. But if you wouldn't want to do this to the jars that you want to put a candle in, or a votive, one of those little votive candles, or the battery operated candles, because this is going to be opaque. It's not going to have that transparent property. So you guys, I got this idea off of Pinterest. Pinterest is a wonderful place, and I'm on Pinterest also. I post on there weekly. So if you guys are Pinterest people, if you wouldn't mind going to Deborah Bucher Designs and following me, that would be awesome too. All of these places on social media, all of us creators, we're on all of those places, trying to build our business and get more exposure. And the more people we have following us, the more Pinterest shares these things with people. So any of your creators that you like and follow, if they're on YouTube and Pinterest and stuff, you just have no idea how much that means to all of us to have you guys support us in that way. And you guys are so good about showing up for me every week. You just have no idea what that means to me. When I first started this out, I was lucky to have 1 or 2 people show up. So I have not forgotten what those early days were like, you guys. And so the fact that you guys show up every week for me, or catch it on the replay when you can't show up, you know, I don't take it for granted. There's a lot of really talented creators out there, and as much aggravation as Facebook is, it's really amazing that we have this medium that we can just do a live on here. And I think for the new year, I think I'm going to be expanding my lives to be on Facebook and YouTube. Okay, so I did not put this on the bottom of any of these containers because you don't want it to, since it has glass in it, you don't want that to be scratching or damaging your furniture or tabletops or wherever you end up putting this. And on the Pinterest, they were using Mod Podge. I'm using Satin Top Coat. The Liquid Tex, I'm sure, works just as well because that's a really good product. But I always have Satin Top Coat on hand. That's what I decoupage with. It's archival. It's never going to yellow. That's what you finish your furniture with. That's what protects the color, the finish. So it's nice when you can do a multiple projects with the same product. Guys, I really love this milk bottle. This came out super pretty. I wasn't sure it would be as pretty as the glass, but that's really pretty. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, so I don't have a lot of that left. So I'm going to set this aside. And now we'll focus on decorating. I'm going to get my dryer over here and give all of these a good dry. Thanks, Mary. Thanks, Lisa. Lisa, I feel the same way. I look forward to you ladies, and some of you I've met in person. Like Mary and I have had a friendship for several years now. She took a class from me about 3 years ago, and she's arranged private group classes with her and her girlfriends a couple of times. So you guys always know you can do that. If you're here locally and there's a project that you guys want to do, you can always get your group of girlfriends together and have private class. I love those classes. Those classes are always the most fun because you all know each other, and the facilities at Ground Floor Artist are gorgeous facilities for classes. And if you don't want to travel to Ground Floor Artist, if you would rather hold your class at your home, I'm always happy to do that too. So this is the heat tool I'm using. I mean, it looks like a hair dryer, but it's actually a heat tool. It's made by Ranger. It's called a heated craft tool. And you can order this on Amazon too. But you can see how quiet it is that I'm able to be drying and talk to you guys at the same time. Yeah, we are buddies, Mary. I'm trying to read comments here on my mouse. Oh, there. Okay. Yeah, Mary, it's good to try new things. I remember when I was a little girl, my uncle, who was married to my mother's identical twin sister, he was pretty artistic and creative, and he came from a very artistic and creative family. Most of them were oil painter artists, very artistic and creative. But I remember one Christmas, and I was probably in first grade, so that would have had me 5 or 6 years old. And he built a Christmas scene that had a beautiful church, and he built it out of sugar cubes, and it was all glittery like this too. And you know, I'm almost 71 years old, you guys, and I still have the best memory of watching him work on that really pretty church. I think art in any form just feeds our souls. And like I said, you know, the last 2 years I was doing Pinner's Conference, so I didn't have the opportunity to be working on Christmas projects, and I really missed it. Doing Pinner's was so physically and mentally exhausting, and I'm so happy not to have been doing it this year, and I doubt I will ever do it again because it's just too much work. And it's a big sacrifice, and I really enjoy doing the Christmas projects like this and trying things that I've never done before. And I'm glad to see that you guys are interested in this and that this is a little different than what you've seen done lately. And if you need a hostess gift, if you're going to a Christmas party and you need a hostess gift to take with you, one of these would be really pretty. Okay, So just for giggles, I'm going to turn off the overhead light. That's really pretty, you guys. It's much prettier. I'm going to see if I can turn it sideways. To see that glow coming through, it really does look like there's a real candle. That's super pretty, you guys. I like that. Okay, so I'm going to clean up my mess here. I'll use a paper towel and not my hands. So, as Mickey was saying, this is real ground glass in the diamond dust. So that's why I'm using a paper towel instead of using my hands to brush this off. And I think there's a warning on the jar. Let me see. This comes from Michigan, made in the USA, yay. Directions: apply craft glue to object and sprinkle with diamond dust, shake off excess. Keep out of the reach of small children. Diamond dust is manufactured from finely ground glass. Adult supervision is required. So there you go. So that was diamond dust and Epson salts mixed together. So since this one has the pine cone on it, I think I'm going to use the twine on it. And let's see what other little, all right, we don't want any, did you guys see these critters? Aren't they cute? I picked these up a couple of years ago. I think I got them at Hobby Lobby. But one of those would be cute on there. But for the one with the holly, I think I'm going to keep it simple. So I might just snip off a couple of these at the bottom of this one. We'll see. So I'll start with wrapping it with some twine, and for that I will actually get the glue. Let's see. How many times can I pick this up and put it down and pick it up and put it down? Quite a few times, actually. Hi, Peggy. Thank you. So Lisa, you didn't come from any art types, but your dad was creative in his brickwork. Well, that's, yeah. Building is another form of art. I still can point out his work 60 to 70 years later in your area. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, hi, Micheline. Yeah, catch it on the replay. You know, Micheline, since you're one of the sisters, I had never used the diamond dust before, so thankfully I had some sisters on here to advise me on the right thing to do with it. So I'm just putting some glue around the top of this jar. And then I'm going to wrap some twine around it. This is the only one that I decoupaged. So I did okay, you guys, huh? Since I only knew an hour beforehand of what this project was going to be, since my original project didn't work out. So I did okay on this one. Okay. Now I'm going to start with my twine. And I don't want to start in the front, so I'll start back here and wrap it around. So if you've come in late, this is a combination of Epsom salts and diamond dust. This is the only one I did a decoupage on. And the Pinterest said to use Mod Podge, and we've all had a long discussion on the pros and cons of using Mod Podge. Actually, there are no pros. And so I use Satin top coat. And now I'm just going to decorate the rim on this one. We did 3 different jars because things should be done in 3s. Let me wipe my hands off here. So I think it needs a little sprig, since that's got pine cones on it. I think it needs a little, let me see if I have any berries handy. I should show you guys. I don't know if I can get it in the camera. This is a wooden box. Let me see. a wooden box that I keep a lot of my Christmas stuff in. I can't get it under the camera very well, but it has a lot of my Christmas stuff. So let me see. Okay, well, there isn't actually anything in that box I want to use on here. So, I got this cute little tree, but he's too big. So I think what I'll do is I have this big sprig here, and it's got little pine cones on it. So I think I will snip off one that has a pine cone and one that doesn't. Snip it off at the base. So there's a little sprig. Okay. I think he needs a little red in there. This is the smallest little flower I have. What do you guys think of that? I haven't glued it yet. I'm just, what do you guys think? If you like it, give me hearts up. If you've got thoughts or suggestions. Hi, Diana. Okay, it's what I've got to work with, so I think I'm going to go with it. So I'm going to snip that flower off at the base. And dip it in some glue. And use whatever kind of glue you have on hand. I just always use the Titebond wood glue because it glues everything. So I've just dipped that little flower in some glue, and I'm going to stick it right there and hold it for a minute. I think I'll hit it with a dryer. And then I want that little sprig of pine cone coming down. think I want it like that. Okay, I know on camera that that looks a little dorky, but I think when I stand it up, it'll look cute. So there, that's a little bit better looking. Okay, I'm going to set that out of the way. This one, I don't think it needs any embellishment around the rim of it because it has a pretty rim. So I think I'll do one of these really cute little woodland creatures on it. There is a dove in here. I think I'll use the dove. I'll show you guys. She's pretty. These are so cute. So I think I'll use this little dove. They already have the sticky on there. I don't know if that's going to be enough sticky to, what does it say? It doesn't say. It doesn't say anything. So I'm thinking that that's not going to be enough glue to adhere, especially with all of the so I just put some more wood glue on it, and I'm just going to let it sit like that, and hopefully that will do I need to turn it around this way? Does that work for you guys? Yeah, that's better. Oh, I went the wrong way. One of these days, you guys, I'll figure it out. It's because I set the camera backwards, or it's actually the right way so you guys see everything correctly. But it always makes it backwards for whoever is trying to demonstrate, which is always challenging. So this one, I think, you know, it's got a jar rim on it, so I think we need a little something around the top of that. And I didn't bring, I have, oh, I did bring in all my ribbon. Let me see what I have in here. Okay, we need something really thin. Okay, I have a couple of options here. You guys can tell me what you think. Okay, so I have this sparkly, I don't know what you would call it. It's kind of, I don't know if you'd call it braided, but there's gold, there's the red, and then there's a green that has green and red in it. Let me pull the rubber band out of here. So there's this choice to wrap around the rim. Okay, so there's the gold, there's the red and green, and I think there's one that's, no, there's, oh, and then there's one that's green with red. And then this one is just red metallic-y braid. It's just cord. So you guys tell me which one you think is the best. And this is for this little jar right here, around the rim on this one. Okay, so this one is real shiny and metallic-y. It has, this is predominantly red. Let me move these guys out of the way. Okay, so we could wrap this one around, and that's the red. Then there's one that's predominantly green. And then there's one that's gold. So that's one choice. And then the other choice is, this is a metallic gold, I'm sorry, metallic red cord. So, you know, I use twine on the other one. This is like cord, only it's a metallic red. So what do you guys think? Okay, I need a decision. All right, I'm gonna go with, I think I'm gonna go with the gold on this one. I like the gold and the glitter together. No, they wouldn't curl at all. They're like a weave. They lay flat and they're like a weave. So you guys, if you're going to do this project, I would love it if you would, after you've done it, if you would post your pictures up on my Facebook page, because I think there's so many different ways that this can be done. It would be super fun to share how everybody does theirs. Don't you guys think it would be fun to see how everybody does theirs? I've got this glued to my finger. I'm having to focus and concentrate here. Okay, now that I have glue all the way around, it should go faster. You can't go wrong with gold. All you ladies that are in the sisterhood, I bet you have pretty crowns. A pretty gold crown stuck on the front of this would be pretty. I don't have any crowns. There we go. Pretty, pretty. I like that. Okay, I think it needs something red on it, but I'll have to look around in my other boxes and see if I can find some little berries or something that'll work on there. Because what I have out here is just too big. And then I think on this one, let's see, we did the 3 jars and then we have this one. I'm thinking that I don't have the right thing for him either, but I'm just thinking a bouquet, obviously not this one. I don't know where the greenery went that I had. You know, I cut off some, but I don't know where I put what I cut off. But, you know, this isn't the right thing, but it gives you, it needs some red with it. So I will finish these off tomorrow because I think I want to put some trim around that. Maybe I'll use the red cord on this one. And then I'll post a picture tomorrow of them all finished, but let's get them all together here. So we've got that one, that one. Let's turn our little tea light on. This one. Oh, the embellishment just fell right off. I'm going to have to figure out a different way. Okay, so are they all in the picture? I'm going to turn the light down. Pretty, huh? This candle's really pretty when you aren't looking straight down at it. But anyway, that was something different. I'm going to bring the camera up. So that was something different, you guys. And actually kind of fun and easy to do and inexpensive. Thanks, Lynn. Thanks, Lisa. I'm trying to get the idea. Oh, there, that shows better of it glowing through. Thanks, Diana. All right, you guys. Well, not too bad for having my plans just go by the wayside. But I thank you guys so much. And if you decide to make a set of these out of whatever jars you've got laying around, take a picture and post it on my page. I would love to see what everybody else comes up with. I know some of you savvy sisters will come up with some really over-the-top ideas. So that's it. That's all I've got, you guys. Thanks so much for joining me. I appreciate it. You guys have a great evening. Bye.